I'm Safia Boot, the founder of a business called Respect at Work Limited. It was founded in 2001 to look at the issue of disrespect that people often complain about in the workplace and what the reasons might be for that. I saw a gap in the market once I became an employment tribunal panel member, which was also 20 years ago. And it gave me the inspiration of the need to resolve these issues earlier in the process so that people don't have to come to tribunal. I think you can define it by how it leaves people feeling when they don't receive respect. And that respect will be different for different people according to their need. Yeah. So it's about really first connecting with the feeling that it leaves someone with. Because even when they forget what somebody has said to them many years later, they never forget how it left them feeling. Yeah. And most of us will have had that experience at some level or other. And accent is something for me that has an intersectionality with a number of other factors, like class, like where you come from, the region, of the world that you come from, and therefore the sorts of questions that might be posed about you and assumptions made about you if your particular accent is not the norm in the space that you now find yourself. And so for me, it's about that intersectionality and understanding it. So your name may be the first clue of where you're from and where people perceive you therefore belong. I think when you believe they are mocking your accent, you have to be aware of your context and your power relationship with the other person that is interacting with you, and also the power relationship between you, them, and the others they may be bystanders. Yeah. And the reason I say that is in order to weigh up the consequences of not speaking up if something is affecting you, as well as the consequences of speaking up and how you do that in order to keep yourself safe, to maintain your dignity so it's not further compounded by simply raising your concern, in addition to having had the feeling of being disrespected in the first place. So that when you then try to raise a concern about it, there is a risk that it will compound your earlier treatment. Because we need people to have a much higher level of literacy in social interactions when the complexity of different identities come together, from gender, race, class. Because all of these affect a person's identity and the way they speak, the pitch, the tone, the perceived authority that they have, the perceived intelligence that they have. Yeah. Simply because of the language they use and the way they pronounce those words. Yeah. So there's a lot actually riding behind accent. It's not just the accent itself. And that's what I think makes those interactions a little bit of a minefield to navigate unless we teach people how to navigate that. And navigating those spaces starts by being self-aware. Because we assume that we don't have the accent, it's the other person with the accent. When in fact, actually, there's clues that we also have an accent. So we tend to other people to say, that's their accent and it has a problem for us. Does that make sense?